What is up, my boners? This is MrITryHard here, the nastiest commentator in all of motherfucking YouTube. How you guys been doing? I've been doing motherfucking fantastic, and today we have a gameplay of domination on the map Hijack for you guys. Hope you enjoy this gameplay. Now, this is my last of the old gameplays that I had stored on my hard drive, so it's on to some new stuff as of right now, which means I actually have to start playing again because I've always been playing some new stuff. I spoke about that in my last video, and you guys gave me some cool feedback. You guys were like, MrITryHard, please upload the League of Legends, please upload the Minecraft, and here's the rundown on how this is going to go down. I will upload some Minecraft. It's going to be a weekly series as soon as I come back from my trip to Chicago, which means like sometime mid to late May. And for League of Legends, it will never be uploaded, but it will be streamed. As of right now, that's the plan. It's going to be streamed. Maybe it'll change in the near future. Who knows? But as of like right now, that's the way it's going to go down. Alright, you guys were like, MrITryHard, do a true stories video. Actually, that's not true. That's a big fucking lie. I wanted to do a true story video because I had a great story. And I thought to myself, did I ever tell this story on my channel before? And I went through the channel, went through all my true stories playlists, which is, there's a fucking actual playlist on my channel. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go on my channel, click on the playlist. It's all there. 25 true story. This is the 26th episode. If you guys missed them, go watch them. They're great. So, and I couldn't find it. But I swear to God, I probably said it on like an FNG podcast a long-ass time ago, but not in like great details. Anyways, here it is. It's my story with 2 hookers. Or actually, 3 hookers. Was it 3? Yeah, it was 3. Alright, so here's how it went down. When I was like, you know, in my mid-20s, early 20s, I did a lot of dealing with like car people, and I had like a tuning shop kind of deal. We were modifying cars and whatnot, and it made me like become friends with a bunch of like, you know, shady people, because people who have enough, because people were dropping like hundreds of dollars, like, okay, hundreds of thousands, okay, that's way too much. They were dropping like, you know, $10,000 into one ride in like the span of like one summer, and you know, if you're in your mid-20s and you're dropping that kind of dough on a car for the fuck of it, like, you're either, like, your parents are filthy fucking rich, or, you know, you're dealing crack, you know, and who am I to fucking decide who my customers are? So it's whatever. So, you know, I made friends with some shady people. And there was this dude, I'm not gonna give him a name because I don't want to get killed. I love the dude. He was cool, and he would come, and you know, we would be friends, and he knew some of my friends in the tuning industry, and he always had a nice ride, like awesome rides, awesome rims, awesome fucking watch. Everything was just so expensive on him, and he just looked like a fucking pimp. And I don't even know what he technically did, and honestly, I don't even want to find out. So it's one of those things where, you know, you just don't ask, don't tell. I don't want to know what the fuck this guy did for a living, but I know he had a lot of fucking money. And one night he's like, hey, you know, TryHard, you and your friends should come down one night, you know, we should do something, you know, chill at my house, have a party and whatnot. And I'm like, you know what? I'm down. I want to see his house. There's like this dude. I know he's rich. You know, he's got to have a nice house, baller status. So one night we just go over, like me and 3 of my friends. We go over there. And we meet him and one of his friends who later left. So it was just 4 of us. And you know, we're there. Just like, yeah, we're just gonna chill tonight. Just have a few beers, whatnot. Just, you know, take it easy, take it smooth. I'm like, all right, I'm down for. Yeah, I was never one for like the whole club scene. I mean, the club scene is great, but the whole like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, seriously. Okay, so, sorry, the phone there. The whole club scene for me was, like, not really my deal, because too many people, I hate bumping into, anyways, it was not cool, so I was like, fuck it, I'm down for a nice, you know, Saturday chill with, like, a beer and some buds, and it was all good. So, we meet at this dude's house. He gives me the tour of the house. He had, like, an entire room dedicated to fucking fishing. It just had fishing poles everywhere on the walls, fishing trophies, pictures of his boats, pictures of his fish, pictures of, like, he had, like, a lure hanging up on the, it was weird, but it was one of his things, like, he loved fucking, you know what, awesome, you know, if you feel like fishing, that's cool, that's your deal. I liked fishing too, man. It was my thing too. So anyways, we're doing this like whole tour of the house, and you know, I'm like, all right, so I'm kind of thirsty, you know, give me a beer. He hands me a beer, and then he's like, all right, so what kind of entertainment do we want tonight? I'm like, well, what do you mean? And you know, he picks up the newspaper, which I'm not sure if this happens in the States, but in Montreal, like in Canada, you can pick up the Montreal paper, and in the ads, in the like wanted ads, there are like stripper phone numbers, and, well, not strippers, but like hooker phone numbers that you could just call, and you know, it's just like order a fucking slut, and she'll be there in a half hour, and that's the way shit goes. So, apparently this guy knows exactly which phone number has the best sluts because he's like, we can order some good Asians here, we can order some good, like, you know, some white girls here, we got some Russians girls, and we're like, all right, whatever. So, you know, this guy, he's like, all right, so who do you guys want as fucking hookers and whatnot? So all my friends, they're like all fucking psyched because they're all single. I'm not single at that point in time, so I'm like, I don't want to fuck with that shit. You know, I'm not gonna fucking order a hooker. Anyways, they end up ordering, you know, one white girl, one Asian chick, and one black girl. And one more, I think it was 2 white girls. Yeah, 2 white girls, this is so racist. 2 white girls, 1 Asian chick, and 1 black girl. And therefore, we're 5, and I'm the odd man out here. So I'm sitting in the living room. Finally, the girls arrive. Therefore, they knock on the door, and the way shit works when hookers come is they knock on the door and they present themselves, you know, we say hi. And then they ask us if they want to stay, because if they obviously, like, if you order them and they're not what you think they were, like if she's a fat chick and you don't want to fuck her or anything, then, you know, you can tell her that you don't want her services and she just leaves. So they ask us if, you know, if they can stay and have a seat and have a drink. At that point, all 5 guys, I'm not even sure why I'm there. They have a huddle, like we all huddle together in like a little like 5-man huddle, like a football deal. We're just there, and we're like, so, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? And every dude's like, yeah, I like my chick, I like my chick. But the guy who had ordered the Asian chick, which, to be honest, was not very, like every whore was hot except for that Asian one. She wasn't really cute. She was kind of like a long, saggy face. It wasn't really hot. Everyone was tight as fuck. So we're all there, and like the dude who ordered the Asian chick was like, I don't want my girl, man. Tell her to go away. And he's like 21, like fucking scared as shit. So we had one friend who, like, this dude gave no shits whatsoever. He breaks the huddle right away. He turns around and he goes, all right, ladies, you can all stay and have a seat. And they all started taking their coats off because it was the middle of the winter, and their shoes off. But then he stops the Asian chick halfway in her tracks and says, but I'm sorry, miss, we won't be needing your services at this point in time. And he says it in the most professional manner. The chick, just totally fucking taken from the right field, goes like, oh, fuck, and storms out of, obviously, her car. Her ride was waiting outside again, still. And like she leaves. Finally, that was the funniest part of the whole night. Finally, the actual dude, like the drug dealer guy, he just fucking locks himself in his room with this white chick. My friend goes downstairs with the black chick, and the other dude goes into some other room with some other chick. Anyways, it's like they're 3 in their rooms, and I'm just sitting there in the living room drinking a beer, watching TV. The dude dealing drugs would like fuck her for 15 minutes, come out, have a smoke, go back in 10 minutes later, fuck her again. It was like a rolling fuck fest of an orgy in that house, and I was sitting there like an idiot with the biggest art on, like admittedly, like the biggest fucking hard on of the whole fucking night. It was like I want to fuck something at this point. My dude who was fucking the black chick in the bottom, in the basement, comes back up for a beer and a smoke. And then my other dude who was fucking the other chick sneaks downstairs and fuck that, and he did the fucking black chick too. Like he like snuck in a little pee-pee like in there, like halfway. Like the girl was like dressing up and getting ready to go home because he had done his whole bidding and whatnot. But then, like, this dude comes out, he's like, you still got 10 minutes before you leave, because we had paid them for, like, a half hour or an hour or something. He's like, you still got 10 minutes, and the girl's like, ah, fuck this, and she's, like, texting, and she, like, lowers her fucking pants, and he's, like, ramming it really hard, trying to get, like, I fucking come right away. And it was really, really an awkward night. And you know what? I'm trying to say this in like one video, but there's probably more to tell. If you guys want to hear more, then please make sure to hit the Just My Motherfucking Pants button. Let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe I'll tell a more detailed story in the next episode of True Stories. Hope you guys enjoyed MrITryHard. Bye. Bye. And oh my god, cliffhanger penis. Oh my god, we are here once again. If you guys missed yesterday's video, it's linked on the screen right now. Go check it out. It's a nice little chicken gameplay I had, and it's a video where I talk about how I'm dying inside and I'm sick and I need some rest and my nose is killing me and my head wants to burst open. So if you guys are interested about my personal life, click on that stuff. Go watch it if you guys missed it. It's a great video. Of course, if you guys are a new viewer and like you stumbled on this video and you're like, oh my god, I like this dude, the subscribe button is right there on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Hit that yellow button, man. Become a part of the Boner Army. Of course, every other link on the screen is linked down below for you guys. Buy some stuff, follow me, stalk me, do all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoy MrITryHard. Bye, bye, and why do I speak so fucking fast? Bye.